going on, everyone? My name's Obi and welcome back to Courtside Financial. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button because NIO is very well documented on this channel, and also make sure you hit that like button because it really does go a long way in helping out the channel. We're going to be talking about NIO. The stock is currently trading at $20.66. It's down 4.26 today and down 0.05% in the after hours, and it's 5:31 p.m. Eastern time here in Michigan. So really there's two things here that I want to talk about today when it comes to NIO. With the first being that we now officially have a date for NIO Day, and that's going to be January 9th. And the conference will be held in Chengdu. Now, NIO Day has historically been in December, but as you can imagine, this year is very different from many other years. NIO said that NIO Day 2020 will be very special this year for New Year's Eve. Now, keep in mind that the Chinese New Year starts on February 12th. For the longest, there have been rumors floating around that NIO will release its first fully electric sedan. Now, I did a video on this in the past, and it was rumored to be the ET7. Rumors have actually now shifted to that electric sedan being named as the EE7. But same concept here. No one knows what the actual vehicle is going to be. All we know is that President Lee Hong-kwin said that on NIO Day 2020, he said this previously, that they plan on releasing a new flagship vehicle. It's obviously going to carry the style of the EC6, the ES8, and the ES6. So we don't know what it's going to be, but the ET7, when we saw that car, it had the iconic X-bar design. So I wouldn't be surprised if the EE7 looked pretty similar to the ET7, but is just going under a new name. Now, like I said, the company has not given any information on what's going to go down on NIO Day. A lot of people are expecting for there to be the release of a new car, and aside from that, there could be some other really cool things that happen, so I'm excited to see what happens there. But if they do release the EE7, this car could go into mass production by Q4 of 2021. So that's pretty much a year from now, a little bit further, probably in December. As of right now, the only car that Tesla is selling in China is the Tesla Chinese-made Model 3. And obviously, NIO doesn't have a fully electric sedan. So both of these companies haven't really been going head-to-head in terms of vehicle segment, other than the fact that both of them are electric vehicle makers. Speaking of which, that brings me into the next thing that I want to talk about. A lot of people are saying, how is NIO going to keep up with Tesla when Tesla keeps dropping prices, right? They have higher production capacity as well, but I think you need to look a little bit deeper than that. So first, let's get into the numbers of the Tesla price cuts that everyone's talking about that took place this month. Now, the Tesla Model 3 standard range is 249,900 RMB. That's the equivalent of 36,800 US dollars, and that would indicate about a 21,650 RMB price cut. So Tesla has dropped the price of the Model 3. It's not the first time they've done it. The Chinese Model 3, I should say. And they've actually dropped the American one as well, but this is not the first time they've done this. Now, the Chinese Model 3 long range is 309,900 RMB, and that's the equivalent of 45,637 US dollars. That is a 34,150 RMB price cut right there. So people are saying, how is NIO going to keep up with these price cuts? This is a valid concern, but there's something that people really have to pay attention to. William Li actually even briefly addressed this in that Bloomberg interview, I believe it was.
I think auto products aren't only about cars, but more importantly, serving customers well. For families, a car isn't a small expense like clothes. It's big spending, and it's closely related to safety. So we pay a lot of attention to service and quality, which I believe will be the biggest challenge for all automakers undertaking rapid expansion.
NIO is not trying to do the same thing that Tesla's doing. NIO is not trying to win on price. NIO's trying to put the user first and deliver a high quality experience. These companies are at two different stages, so I wouldn't even compare at this point. But you have to understand that they're not going to win on price. That's not their goal, to win on price. When you win on price, usually you have to reduce quality. Now, I'm not saying Tesla has to do this because battery costs are declining over time. But what that does to existing users who actually own Tesla vehicles is it puts them in the resale market where no one wants to buy the used Tesla really, because it makes a lot more sense to go and buy a new Tesla. I don't know how much the Model 3 was when it first came out in the US, but I know somebody who bought the Model 3 for way more than it's worth now. I think you can get a Model 3 for like 45,000 or 50,000 US dollars, something around that price range. Obviously, I live in Michigan, so we would have to go for the long range with all-wheel drive. So my point is that it creates less liquidity in the resale market for those users, and also they're going to have to probably sell their car at a lower price to be more competitive with the new car market. So let's talk about the EC6, because that's the vehicle that's really flying off the shelf, if you will. That goes for about 52,000 US dollars. You convert that to RMB, that's about 353,000. Automatically, the ES6 is more expensive than the Model 3. Now, like I said, these cars don't compete in the same segment. The Model 3 is just a sedan. The ES6 is just an SUV. So they're not really in the same segment, and we're going to see what NIO releases on NIO Day if that is a fully electric sedan. But mind you that with the battery as a service option, that increases the pool of prospective customers, because a lot more people can now buy the car and lease the battery, reducing the upfront costs. So there's less of a barrier to entry. I read an article as well talking about how Navigate on Pilot is an update that's also increasing the user experience. So NIO isn't really too focused on winning on price. They're more focused on the user experience. The focus of their brand is actually a luxury brand as well. There's enough room in the market for both players, but just because Tesla is decreasing prices doesn't mean NIO has to move with it. Now, battery costs are declining over time. As William Lee said, as Elon Musk said, everyone in the industry is seeing that. So that doesn't mean that the prices won't come down, but that doesn't mean just because Tesla dropped their prices that NIO has to drop their prices to stay competitive at this time. So that's going to be it for this video. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and leave me a comment down below. As always, thanks for watching.